Hello, all. Welcome to our day number one of our 3-day business planning bootcamp. So let me know in the comments if you can hear me well. We are broadcasting live in our Facebook group. So if you're watching this in any other platform, definitely recommend you to join us in the group. Let me know where you're watching me from, and let me check if we're okay in the group, if you can hear me well. Yep, perfect. So we are live. And make sure you click on the StreamYard link. You need to click this link that you see in the description box. So hello, everyone. I see Lucia is here. Let's start. Let me know if you can hear me well, if the sound is okay. Okay. Please click on the StreamYard link so we'll be able to see your name, and let me know where you're watching me from. Hello, Lucia. I see 8 people, 9 joining us. The sound, the picture is okay. Can you hear me well? Hello, Zan from Germany. Hello, Sisak. The sound is okay. So the first who was Fred, you need to go and click on the StreamYard link so we'll be able to see your name. The sound is okay, perfect. Can you see also the slides, Sisak? And where are you watching us from? Oriana, Rob, thank you for joining us live. We have the first preparation exercise, which actually were the day number 1. Who's that? Who's without name? Mike, you need to go on the description box and click on the StreamYard button. There's a link. So as to be able to see who is commenting with your name. Okay. Otherwise, I see here Facebook users, so it's not very practical and I won't be able to see your names and to follow your questions and to be able to follow up properly later on. So this is the link that you need to click, okay? Find that in the description box, as you see here in the comments. Hello, Rob from Mexico. Hello, Lucia. Good afternoon. Are you from France? Is that well? Mike, where are you watching us from? Hello, everyone. Thank you for joining me live. Make sure you click or you have clicked. Hello, Angeliki. I see familiar faces, people I have seen before. Hello, Alfonso. This is our day number 1 of our 3-day business planning. So if you have any questions, drop them in the chat and definitely say hello so as to know who is watching me. Hello, Trent from Berlin. Netherlands. Okay, Lucia, amazing. Italy, Alfonso, Angeliki from Greece, I suppose, or Cyprus. Sisak, where are you watching us from? Martina from Italy again. I think Italy gets, let's say, the first round. Okay, perfect. So let's start with day number 1. And I think that most of you have been, let's say, facing difficulties in defining your ideal client avatar. Hi, good morning from Tijuana, Mexico. Amazing, amazing. Great, guys. Thank you. Greetings from Hungary. Okay, Sisak. So, Frida, I cannot see your name. You need to click on the StreamYard link I had previously here on my screen. Okay, I will use it again to make sure that everyone knows, because that's going to be every day that you're going to broadcast live here, which is today and tomorrow. And if I add any other complementary, let's say, exercises, you need to click on this link so as to be able, okay, to see your name. Is this clear? You can find this link in the description box above or underneath this video, depending on how you're watching this. Okay, guys, any questions before we start? And let me know, first question, if you have received your worksheet via email. Let's start with this, because without the worksheet, you won't be able to follow the exercises. Hi to everyone from Ohio. Amazing. Up and running now. Okay, I understand due to the time difference. Hello from Rondo, Andrea. You need to click on the StreamYard link. Okay, guys, we start in And I'm back. Let's start. I brought my coffee, my water, and make sure you don't have any distractions. Received mic. You don't need to ask for access, okay, to the file. You just need to create a copy. So the worksheets, I'm trying to make them as, let's say, adjustable to your own needs, and also you will be able to, let's say, work on the files. So make sure you create a copy and you add it to your own drive. So don't ask for access. Hello, Gio. What happened? Are you here? Where are you watching us from? And make sure, Gio, you click on the StreamYard link so we'll be able to see your name. Hello to Hungary. Hello to Italy. Hello to Berlin. Netherlands. Where is Mexico? I saw earlier. Amazing. You need to click on the StreamYard link so as to be able to see your names. Okay, Gio? Let's start. I assume that you have all received the worksheet. Is there anyone who hasn't received the worksheet yet? It's always shared via email to the email that you have used to register to the link that you see here below. So if for any reason you missed the registration, you can still catch up so as to be able to receive notification emails and the worksheets. It's a Google Doc that you're able to write on it and use it for your own purposes. But you need to click and create a copy. Is there anyone who doesn't know how to do this? Hello to Hilit Diego Campos. Again, you need to click on the StreamYard links as to be able to see. Hello, I haven't received. Katya, it means that you have not registered yet. If you had registered, then you should have received that from info@vmentoring.com. So check your spam folder. If you have not registered, you need to register here as you see the link below. So let's start right away because we have enough of work, but you need the worksheet, okay? So you will be able to start working together. So make sure you check. It is the email that was sent out in the middle of the message. Yes, thank you, Mike. Let me see, okay? Let me know, guys, is there anyone who hasn't received the worksheet yet? And make sure you create a copy and you add it to your drive. Hello to Southern Italy, Alessandra. Have you received the worksheet that we're going to work together? The least you can do to make the most out of it is to join me live. Okay. Yes, thanks. Amazing. Great to know that you have received it. So if anyone hasn't, okay, just let me know in the comments so we'll be able to catch up with you. Bon dia, greetings from Florida. Amazing, Gio. Thank you for being here with us. And today is number one of our 3-day business planning workshop. And my main, let's say, promise to you guys is to leave this 3-day business bootcamp with practical, proven strategies and advice and instructions that you can implement, okay, to your own business language business right after the actual business planning, if not during this 3-day business bootcamp. So it's going to be comprehensive, it's going to be interactive and quite intensive, but keep your own pace, download the worksheets, keep the exercises, and focus on the things that you think that you miss right now from your strategy. My main, let's say, goal from this, let's say, workshop, 3-day business planning bootcamp, as I call it, is to leave with proven strategies that they really work in our industry. And no matter what your starting point, if you are a language professional as a freelancer, or you have a boutique agency, or whatever is a solopreneur service provider working online or not, this actually training is going to help you to create your own client acquisition strategy that you can implement right after. So this Thursday, actually, we conclude the actual bootcamp, apart from any other surprise that I might add as complimentary trainings. So you will be able to start creating your own plan for 2024 success and create your own client acquisition strategy. Because as I mentioned earlier in another video of mine, what we're going to create in this 3-day training is your vision, your strategy to keep growing. So hello, everyone. Let's start right away. If you have not received the worksheet for any reasons, let me know in the comments. So how to define buyer personas and your target market, and let me know what is your main challenge when it comes to defining your buyer persona or your ideal client avatar, or your ideal customer avatar, or your target market, as we call it. Hello, Lucy. Hello, Mahala. Hello, Valeria. Thank you everyone for joining. So let me know, guys, what is your main challenge when it comes? I've seen your messages. I've seen most of you, okay, what you're writing to me when it comes to you, and I will answer all of your questions, but I would like to know you that you're watching me live here. What is your main challenge when it comes to finding your buyer personas? And then we're going, first of all, to discuss what's the difference between target market, that you need to find a profitable target market, vs, okay, in comparison to buyer personas, you might find that online, or ideal client. So target market is a piece of the market that can be our ideal client. So I will bring specific examples. Let me know your specializations in the comments. That will really help me to adjust my examples to your own case scenarios. So target market is a piece of the market that we can address with our services, and we can serve them with our services. So if, for example, you work for law firms, okay, law firms in general might be a piece of the market, okay, is your target market, but buyer persona or ideal client is a person with a specific job title, location, and characteristics that we're going to talk about later on. So you need to know both of them in order to be able to create your own strategy. Why I have added this training as a specific preparation exercise here, for me, it's the most important part in your strategy. If you do not know your audience, if you do not know whom you are, let's say, addressing your message to, you cannot create a message, okay? By message, I mean all of your content marketing strategy. You cannot create a target portfolio, target CVs, target cover letters, emails, messages on LinkedIn profile. Nothing can be created if you don't have a specific client into your mind before you are creating this kind of content. So Mike says here, finding and meeting high profile clientele, getting into new markets, low medical and startups. Great, Mike. So that's what we're going to discuss. So if your client, let's say your market is low, as you mentioned here, your specialization. So your target market is a piece of the market, so law firms or legal department specific companies, okay? So if you guys have low, you need to define what's your target market. Medical, for example, what's your target market, Mike, when it comes to medical and when it comes to startups? And then we narrow down to specific person with a specific job title and location to be able to address our message to. And I know that you might tell me, by narrowing down that much, we might miss many opportunities on many other clients. But if you're trying to talk to everyone through your content, any kind of content, even static one, okay, like your LinkedIn profile or your website, you need to address that message, the content that you have there, to the right people, so as to be able to attract their attention and also to build some kind of connection. No problem, Annalise. We just started. Let me know if you have received, okay, your worksheet, and make sure you join us in the Facebook group that you have received the link via email. So first of all, we identify what are the specializations we would like, okay, to get into. Like Mike, he mentioned, for example, medical law and startups. That's one example. Target market is a piece of the market that we can serve through our service. We would like, okay, to have this kind of specialization. An ideal client is one person in that specific target market that we can start addressing our message to. So target new direct clients and obtain and offer new specialism. Mahala, you need to click on the StreamYard link so I will be able to see your name. Pharmaceutical agencies developing new products. So maybe it's pharmaceutical, not medical. Let's say your specialization that need patents translated. So patent even is a more specific field. My market is video games and expands around that in marketing, video games, marketing, IT, TV, but I somewhat feel too wide in terms of specialization. So video games might be in localization, the service that you offer, Alfonso. Any kind of video games companies or developers might be your own clients. Let me know if that's correct. When it comes to marketing, maybe also the target market in your case might be marketing agencies that they serve the types of clients, or could be for IT, okay, the actual specific development department, okay, software development department in that specific company. The person, okay, that you need to contact in order to discuss for your services is your buyer persona. So in your case, Alfonso, you need to find what is the decision maker, who is the decision maker, who is the person that you need to contact in that specific company. Is the same, the developer? Is the product manager? Is it international development manager? Is the marketing director when it comes to marketing translations? So medical treatments, products, yes, that's medical, Mike, but the other ones that you mentioned are, let's say, pharmaceutical. And then we have another one. Fred, you need again to click on the StreamYard link. Otherwise, I won't be able to see who is writing to me. You mentioned software marketing director or board member of a smaller company who's getting started or expanding or rebranding in the German market. Yes, but what is a smaller company? That's very vague, okay? So we need to define here in your sentence, Fred, okay, what is the smaller company? Okay, let's continue. So let me know in the comments if it's clear to you what's the difference between target market specialization and buyer persona or ideal client avatar. So the worksheet that you have includes some kind of exercise that I'm going to show you how you can go through, okay, later on. And here are some of the questions that we need to answer in order to get closer to who is our ideal client. So if for any reason you have not crystal clear idea who is your target market and your ideal client avatar or persona, then you need to go through those questions. And by answering those questions, you will be able to identify your ideal client avatar and personas, buyer personas. But again, if you have already an idea or you know exactly who is your ideal client, you can still go through those questions just to know if you're on the right path or what else you might be able to learn by answering those questions about your own, let's say, field and your own clients. Is it possible to think of your buyer persona as a translation agency? So in your case, Lucia, translation agency is the target market. The buyer persona needs to be a person. So who is the buyer persona in a translation agency? That's the simplest version. Usually, I'm discussing about direct clients because are the most difficult to get and more challenging, let's say, the client acquisition strategy there. But yes, definitely you can go through all those questions about your translation agency. Still don't have the worksheets, even though I have registered. I check spams as well. So Katya, have you received my notification emails? If you have received my notification emails, it means that you have registered. So check your spam folder. So if you have received notification, is my notification email 2 hours ago. There is a link inside that email where you can get access to the actual worksheet. But still, if you haven't, let me know in the comments and I will share the link later on. So who needs your service the most? We start those questions. Those questions can be asked for those that they have zero idea, okay, of who is their ideal client, but also from those that they have an idea or very good idea, but they would like to check if they're on the great, let's say, good path, or if they would like, okay, to change a path to get into new markets. Again, we need to go through those questions. So who needs your service the most? Have you ever wondered, okay, who might need your service the most? So if your service, by service I mean, might be certified translation, might be localization, different service, might be interpretation, different service. So depending what is your service, so no matter what's the service that you offer, might be localization, transcreation, copywriting, you need to decide and to find out who needs your service the most. I don't want you to reply to those questions right away. If you can, that's perfect. But if you cannot, you can take those questions as, let's say, food for thought and answer them with a clear mind and a cup of coffee on, let's say, Saturday afternoon that you have a clear mind, okay? If you know already, let me know in the comments to receive feedback. And then who is able to pay what you charge? So all those questions, they build along, okay, with each other. Yeah, those are the requirements, but stick to the questions, Mike, okay? Stick to the questions and what we're doing here. I don't want you to share anything else. We're not there yet, okay? So who needs your service the most? Who is able to pay what you charge? And let me know about the agencies. If, Lucia, you got the answer here. What is your buyer persona when your target market is a translation agency, Lucia? Let's answer that before we continue, because I need to know that you haven't got it right. Is it possible to think? Yeah. So the buyer persona of a translation agency, who is the buyer persona? The translation agency is the target market. So let me know, Lucia, or anyone who can help Lucia. And we build along the way. So we need to answer those questions with the same order, because I think one question adds to the other, okay? Some kind of information. Who is able to pay what you charge? Because if your client is not able to charge the rates that you should have stated on your own for your own expenses, then they are not your ideal clients. So I have difficulties to view who is able to pay what I'm charging, but you know what you're charging, Annalise? Okay. You know how much you charge, then you need to know if they're able to pay your rates, okay, or who is able closer to the rates that you have stated to accept them. If you have been for a while in the industry, you should be able to have an idea right now, okay? If you're getting too many rejections, then might be okay, different audience. If they're accepting your let's say codes right away, then okay, those they are. So Lucia says a project manager. Yes, a project manager might be, or might be even the vendor manager, or might be, if it's a boutique LSP, even the owner of that. Okay. Sisak, thank you for sharing that. I have an idea who could be potential clients. How should I contact them? Update LinkedIn profile as do not have the website. I have an idea. You need to click again, Mahala, the StreamYard link. Otherwise, I won't be able to see your questions, okay? So Mike says a private startup manager of a company who manages projects and their budgets. Yes, might be depending on what is the type of translation service that you offer to them. If it's technical, if it's marketing, if it's legal, because if it's legal, might be even the legal department, okay, or a lawyer or a paralegal. So who is Mahala, your idea client? We are defining your idea client and your potential clients today. We are not contacting on how to contact them because this is going to be covered on day number 3. So we are still on day number 1. Okay, Mahala? Bartel Mathiasen. We are not covering today how to contact them. We're covering today the first step that we need to know that you are on the right track by contacting the right audience. Because if you're creating a strategy and you're focusing on the wrong audience, and by wrong audience, I mean clients that they are not able to pay you what you charge, clients that they have not worked to give you new language combinations, then most probably you're losing your time. That's why it's really crucial before we start setting up how we're going to contact them to know exactly that they're able to pay, okay, our rate, and they're able to they need our services, okay? Whose problems and goals do you care about? You need to care about your clients. I remember one mentee of mine in a previous fully booked translator formula business mentoring program, but I don't care about them in like originally, genuinely. But I told you, you need to care if you're going to work the rest of your life for a specific cause and you really care about it, it's easier for you, okay, to build that kind of trust with those clients and also to create content that really addresses to them. If you don't care about what you translate, if you don't have a passion about what you do, most probably you will find more difficult, okay, to build credibility and a trustworthy relationship with them, and definitely will be more difficult to create content, okay, that really is addressed to your own clients. So let me know if you can answer those questions in the chat. Who needs your service the most? Who is able to pay what you charge? Whose problems and goals do you care about? Who is likely to give you large orders or repeat business? Because if they don't give you large orders or they don't give you repeat business, again, are they your ideal clients? Because your ideal clients, they should be able to give you enough work so as to be able to secure your income and your steady workflow. Those, let's say, are the particulars. Those are the things that we need to take into consideration before we choose who is our ideal clients. Otherwise, they're just clients. But today, we are here not only to find just clients that they fall under our specialization. We are here to define the clients that they're able to give us large orders or repeat work, steady workflow. They're able to give us work in our language combination, okay, and specializations. They're able to pay the rates, okay, that we charge. Because the most common mistake I've seen, many of you mentioned that, and maybe I will add something like complimentary after the bootcamp is ended, that you don't charge your own services. You accept the charges that the clients give you. And that's, let's say, the most common mistake I see in our industry. And that's definitely the biggest mistake when it comes to not reaching your financial goals, because you cannot predict your future and you cannot, let's say, predict definitely your financial future if you just accept rates from your clients and you don't know how much you need to charge so as to be able to make, okay, to pay your bills and also to make, let's say, your financial goals. If it is a 6-figure business or a 5-figure month, whatever is your financial goal, but you need to know how much you charge in order to be able to achieve those goals. And then you need to find the clients who are willing to pay those rates, so you will be able okay, to achieve your goals. And that's boom. Okay, that's definitely something that most of you are telling me, Virginia, I was doing everything wrong. I was starting the other way around. Most of you start by, let's say, going and offering your services to anyone who might you think they are your clients, and then you accept their own rates. So you end up having no steady workflow, no steady income. You cannot predict your financial, let's say, situation. Definitely, you cannot raise your financial goals. So what if you were able to start the other way around, and instead of accepting the rates of the clients that they come to you, you will start the other way around. You will set up your own goals depending on what is your financial situation now and what you would like to be the financial situation in December of 2024, 1 year from now. If it's a six-figure business or whatever is your annual goal, income goal, you break that down in monthly goals. You start charging, okay, the amount that you need to charge per day, per week, based on your output, so you will be able to achieve the monthly goals, and at the end you will be able to achieve the annual income goals. That's how we do things, right? And that's what we do in the fully booked translator formula. So you need first to know pretty clear that, and then you define who is your ideal buyer persona based on this information. So they need to be able to accept your own rates. They will be willing to pay your own rates. Is this clear up to now? Let me know, guys. And what sort of people do you enjoy spend time with? Why is this important? Definitely, this is a question for those that they have not defined yet who is their ideal client. So if you would like to start from scratch defining who's your ideal client, what's your audience, you need to know, okay, exactly, and you need to enjoy. Why is that? Because you're going to spend the rest of your life, let's say, translating or working with those people. If you don't enjoy the collaboration, most probably there will be a conflict. And I don't mean that you need to be friends, okay, and to enjoy every moment, but if you really like, let's say, spending time with them, or you enjoy the way that they speak to you, they communicate with you, they're kind with you, if that's your values, let's say, or something that you have included in your requirements, like Mike did and shared here in the comments, then it's something that you need to take into consideration when you define who is your ideal client. Who would be the easiest clients to get? And that's boom, another, definitely question that you have not taken into consideration. Most of you are telling me this is something I've never thought about. And we start with the difficult ones. Why to start with the difficult one? Why you don't start with a type of client or a category of clients that you have already built a reputation based on your previous experience or your previous background? If you've been working in a different industry, let's say, and you would like to break into translation industry as a full-time freelancer, why you don't take, first into consideration your previous experience and bring that experience into your current freelancing career, so as to be able to establish yourself as the go-to expert easier. That's the easier. These are the skills that most people in the industry lack. New mindset, they will take work. I like the profound questions that are being asked. You need to get really specific. Yes, Mike, as specific as you get, the more specific you get, the easier it is for you to actually achieve those goals if they're specific enough, and also to measure the successfulness or not of your action, okay? Because we need to take action at some point. We change our mindset, okay? We create our strategy, but what's next? We need to take action in order to see results, okay? And that's, I think, the main difference of my fully booked translator formula, the business mentoring program. We implement during the program, which means that we take action at the same time, so as to be able to overcome any procrastination or secondary thoughts that keeps us back, okay? They keep us back from actually taking action and seeing the results that we wish in our business. And where do you already have many contacts or an established reputation? Might be your previous employer, might be a hobby that you have already, okay? Think about it and let me know in the comments. If you have answered those questions already, I would love to give you some feedback. Okay, so recapping, who needs your service the most? By service, I mean language combination, specialization, the service that you offer. It's a different transcreation, copywriting, localization, certified translation, sworn translation, interpretation. That's different service. Who is able to pay what you charge? First, okay, you know exactly your finance situation right now. You set up the rates that you would like to set up so as to reach your financial goals. Then you need to care about, okay, something, because if you don't care about, definitely that won't last for long. And also, if you have zero idea of who might be your ideal client, start with the problems and goals you care about, so you will be able to find behind of this your ideal clients. And then who is likely to give you large orders or repeat business, because apart from being able to pay your rates, they need to be able to give you enough work, so as you at some point be able to have, let's say, a steady workflow. Because many of you, if not all of you, you have mentioned that This is the main problem. You don't have a steady workflow. And that doesn't really matter if you're interpreter, translator, transcreator, localization expert. This applies whatever we discuss today and the upcoming 2 days for the rest of the week. It applies to all of you, no matter what's the service or your background, okay? As long as you're a language professional. And what sort of people do you enjoy spend time with because you need to share the same values? Who would be the easiest clients to get started with this in mind? Why? Because most of you and including myself, we start by trying to reach out the most difficult one. By difficult, I mean something we lack confidence or experience in. And why we don't start with something that we already have some kind of experience or an established reputation, because that's easier to build trust. That's what the direct clients really. Most of you mentioned that you're here to find direct clients. That's a secret. If you can take away something from today's training or this bootcamp, is direct clients are more challenging to get. Why? The actual onboarding process is more difficult. And second, because they need to build trust. Imagine contacting someone out of the blue and they never have heard of you before. How you are going to get, let's say, a project from them, or how you're going to establish a long-term collaboration, you need to build trust. And how you build trust? By showing, okay, and building credibility and showing yourself as the go-to expert. And that happens also by taking into consideration the topics that we're discussing here through these questions. And where do you already have many contacts or an established reputation? And let me know if you have answered any of those questions in the chat. Before we go to the worksheet today, this is your assignment. Because that's the difference between a bootcamp, okay, and just a course. It's not just a course. I'm not just teaching you things. You have homework, okay? And there will be enough opportunities to receive feedback to your homework. So Lucia says, that's why translation agents are a good target market. They are more able to give you repeat business, and they market and look for fine clients themselves. Yes, Lucia, that's an advantage of working with agencies. I have, let's say, left that many years ago. Why? Because I get prepaid by direct clients. If not 50%, if not all of the amount. So it has more cash fluidity for my company. Direct clients, most probably they pay 3 times higher rates rather than the agencies. So it's easier for me to reach my financial goals. So there are advantages and disadvantages that you need to take into consideration and to choose if you can go for direct clients or agents. But the one doesn't exclude the other. The fact that you work with agents doesn't mean that you cannot create a strategy to start attracting direct clients. But again, many of you are here to attract direct clients, and I really understand why. Because as I mentioned, so many reasons. Again, cash fluidity, higher rates. You are the owner of the project, so you get the full, let's say, protection or whatever happens, and also you get access to the end client. So there are many reasons why to work with direct clients. But again, I really get your point, Lucia. I would go for both. That's how I started as well. I go for both. I create 2 different client acquisition strategies, one for direct clients and one for agencies. And these are the skills that most people in the industry lack. As yes, okay, and definitely mindset for me is 80% of the work. If you have the right mindset, then you will find the knowledge to implement what you need to implement. But if you lack the right mindset, if you keep procrastinating, if you keep setting, let's say, mindset blocks to yourself that keep you behind of taking action, then you won't be able to see the results, even if I create the best strategy for you. So definitely thank you for sharing that, Mike. Yes, but they usually determine the rates at the end of the day. You're setting a contract. They're mainly, So you said, yes, these are the deficiencies, let's say, the disadvantage of working with an agency, but I understand also the opposite opinion. And also the fact that you're paid after 45 days, best case scenario, it's also something you need to take into consideration. The issue with agencies is once you reach the roof in terms of profitability with them, that's when you start reconsidering them. Also, I had 1-2 very occasional direct clients in the past, and they were for better. You see, Alfonso, definitely there are pros and cons, but reaching the threshold, the ceiling of your income, I think is the main reason most of colleagues, they reach out to me to get into the direct clients market, because they're able, to reach the financial goals faster. And they're able to charge their own rates just to reach the financial goals. Whereas with agencies, there is always a ceiling. Exactly. Pros and cons everywhere, Lucia. As you might say, that's true. But another pro is that they usually give you the word count project already converted into Xlib. Yes, but if you're going to get 5 times or 3 times higher, Lucia, you integrate those processes. It's about what's your priority right now. Would you prefer to accepting projects without having any conversation with clients, just translating, giving them offer and being paid after 45 days? Pretty simple, go for agencies. If you would really like to build a six-figure business, if you're willing, let's say, to feel more creative by accepting projects you really love and discussing with the end clients, getting the credits also for that project, then definitely direct clients are the way. So you need, let's say, to take into consideration both aspects. So you need to reply to the above questions and define your target market. Could be more than one, again, and work on the avatar worksheet to create your ideal customer profile. And I will share with you here in the comments, for those that you've been live here with me after we close the live, another worksheet for the ideal client avatar specifically with 40 questions. Okay, 40 questions. So let me share again my screen here. Any questions, guys? Yeah, for me, it's not hard to get their clients. If you set up the process the right way, it's not that hard, okay? It's a matter of setting up the process. Once you set up the process the right way, then sometimes I feel it's even easier to get, let's say, direct clients rather than agencies. So here's the file that you should have received. If there is anyone apart from Katya that you have not received the file, let me know in the comments so I will be able to reshare it with you. And here it is. Get a clear picture of the people you would love to work with in your head. Write down the top 5 reasons that you love working with them. Those extra questions in the worksheet are for those that they really struggle to define, okay, their target market. And write those down. And then answer the following questions. Define your target market. Could be more than one. Who needs your service the most? Who is able to pay what you charge? Whose problems and goals do you care about? Who is likely to give you large orders or repeat business? What sort of people do you enjoy spending time with? Who would be the easiest clients to get? And you see, I have it here as a bold. And where do you already have many contacts or an established reputation? What type of client work provides you the most enjoyment and satisfaction? Some of you, I think Katya was among of those, you mentioned that you have too many different types of clients in your mind that you could serve, but you really struggle to find the one that you would start a campaign with. So do you think those questions, Katya, or any of you might be dealing with the same issue, would help you to start with one of them? And then you write here, what's your target market? And you can work on the avatar worksheet here. This avatar worksheet is, let's say, it's a popular one you can find online. So you can find many of those. I will share also a more comprehensive with 40 pages. Yes, definitely will help, says Katya. Let me find your question, Katya. You said here in the group earlier. You mentioned it seems challenging to decide from which client type should I start building a strategy. I have more than one ideal client type in mind, and I'm a bit confused about which one is the best to choose for starters. A couple of dilemmas that arise are freelancer or B2B, subtitling for agencies, platforms, or individuals. Great question. I think that many people might relate with this. So that's why I'm addressing this Katya's question and taking this as a, let's say, an example to be able to answer most people question when it comes to choosing among, let's say, the types of clients they would, let's say, work with, which one to start, because you need to start from somewhere. You cannot address and create a strategy to attract at the same time 10 different clients. What we usually do is to create campaigns for each of the clients and implement them throughout the year. When we see results from one and we have reached the goal that we had in our mind, then we stop and we recreate another one. Okay, that's how we work. So if you have more than one, and as I mentioned, the works, it can be more than one. Okay, your ideal client target market, and your persona is one per target market. Then you need to choose the target market you start with. And for me, answering those questions, Katya, will help you. Who is the easiest to get? I would start with the easiest, so to start getting results from my campaigns and to feel more confident with my skills and my marketing activities. Because if you start with the most difficult and you really struggle to get the results, you end up, let's say, leaving that behind and feeling rejected or whatever. And we don't want that. We need to feel, let's say, confident about our marketing skills and to continue building and growing our business through our marketing activities. So that was it for today. Let me see if I can show you the actual worksheet that I'm going to share with you, so you will be able to find your persona by answering 40 questions. And thank you for joining me here. 50 questions, actually. Okay, cool. I'm sharing in the comments and let me know. I will share the link in the comments and let me open that. Any questions, guys? Have I answered all of your questions? So your next assignment is to go there, okay, and answer those questions. And this will be the additional file I will be sharing with you, 50 questions to get to know your ideal customer avatar. Okay, before we begin here, defining your ideal customer avatar is a slightly different exercise to defining your broader target audience. So I'm repeating the information I started with today. So for the purpose of this exercise, you want to have one person in mind. So it's different. The other worksheet that you have received via email is to define your target market, which is a broader, okay, audience. And this specific file, let me make it a bit bigger. Yes, I'm sorry. Is to define, okay, your one specific buyer persona, one person. You need to have one person in mind. Remember, we're talking about a pretend or even real person who is ideal for what you offer. If this person discovered your offer today, they would immediately think this is exactly what I need right now. And this doesn't mean other people aren't a good fit for your offer. Of course, there will be a variety of people who buy from your offer. However, having one person in mind helps you visualize and pretend you're talking to a real person when crafting your offer branding and when you create content, okay? So it's also recommended to have a photo of your ideal client avatar. You can use a stock photo, but the best thing that has worked for me so far is the fact that if you have already worked in the past with such a client, find them on LinkedIn, check their location, their job title, how do they call themselves, what is the industry they're working with. It will help you, okay, to go through this exercise better, having a real person in mind. If you don't have experience in the past, a similar one, then you need to pretend as here the worksheet mentions, okay? So you start their name, their sex, where do they live, how old they are, describe the religion, ethnicity, very general relationship status. You go through, it's 17 pages, as you see, questions to get to know your ideal client avatar. It's a bonus from me. You don't need to do that in the 3 days. I know it's more comprehensive, but you can keep the file. Okay, create a copy or download it. Don't try to get access. So you will be able to work with this afterwards. And now that you know, after you have replied and you know your ideal client avatar or customer avatar, remember to always keep in mind him or her in when designing your brand visual identity. It needs to make sense to them, okay? Creating your social media post images, writing your social media post captions, deciding on your lead magnet, deciding on your paid offers, deciding on your pricing even. You need to have your ideal client if they're willing to pay your rates or not. Okay, writing your website and sales page copy, recording your video trainings and webinars, doing live videos on social media, writing and sending emails. You need to have that one person in mind when you start. So let me know, guys, if you have any questions so far. This missed the info how we can get this file. Thanks, Annalise. I'm going to share the link after we close this live today in the comments. The first one you have received that via email 2 hours before the actual live. And tomorrow again, we are going to meet the same time, 5 p.m. Central European time, which is 6 p.m. here in Athens, for again, very short training on your unique selling proposition, what makes you different and why your clients choose you over your competitors. Those two preparation exercises for day number 1 today and day number 2 tomorrow are the two most difficult, challenging, let's say, marketing exercise. That's why I have added them as different additional days in the bootcamp. And the main training will happen. I would definitely recommend you to have at least 2 hours or 3 aside on Thursday. Again, 5 p.m. Central European time. We're going through all the client acquisition strategies. We're going to pick the ones that fit you best on your types of clients or personality, things you would like to implement on your business. And we're going to create your own client acquisition strategy. And for those that join me live on Thursday, there is going to be the 30, 60, 90-day planner for those that would like to create their plan, business plan, okay, marketing plan for success for 2024 with me. So thank you, everyone, for being here live with me. Tomorrow, at the same time, a more difficult exercise. I think it's more challenging, what makes us unique and how we can differentiate from our competitors. But having, let's say, accomplished, having gone through those 2 exercises, you will be better prepared for the actual training and to choose the right strategy for you and your clients on Thursday. So thank you, Annalise, Katia, Mike, Lucia, Alfonso, everyone that you were here, Sisak. So let me know if you have Gio, Alessandra, Diego, Martina, Trent, Angeliki. If you have any questions, let me know, guys. And see you tomorrow at the same time. And the actual worksheet is going to be shared with you via email 2 hours ahead. So keep an eye on your emails. And if you have not received it, send me an email at info@vimmentoring.com if you have any questions. info@vimmentoring.com for tech issues. And if you're watching the recording, because the recording will remain in the group for very specific days, okay? So it doesn't have to be that long, but it will stay. You can catch up with the recording. Let me know, okay, in the comments that you're watching the recording, #recording, and let me know if you have any questions in the comments while you're trying to reply your questions. Meet me tomorrow at 5 p.m. Central European Time to reply all of your questions live, to give you feedback to your work, and to start with our new exercise, which is defining your unique selling proposition, how you can make yourself different so as your clients, your ideal clients, either direct or agencies, will be able to choose you over your competitors. Another disadvantage of translation agents is that there is a huge competition there. Imagine that I have an agency and I've been receiving 20 applications every week without having an open position. So for those that are thinking of getting direct clients, another reason why they are thinking of doing this is because the competition is not that much like an agency. An agency or translation LSP, language service provider, they're receiving CVs of potential collaborators and other translators, interpreters, language professionals every week, not every day, if not every day. So addressing your message to direct clients and choosing your own path and what makes you unique is sometimes easier to get through the competition. So you're welcome, Mike. You're welcome, Alexandra. You're welcome, Alfonso, Annalise. Amazing, everyone. Martina, Katya, thank you, everyone, for joining live, for staying that long. And where can we find the 50 here in the comments will be shared after we close the live. Trend. Thank you for consuming my content, for finding that helpful. And let me know in the comments if you have any troubles answering those questions. Join me tomorrow, because the least you can do to make the most out of this free training is join me live. So we will be able to have a discussion and get free coaching from me. Second, ask questions, so you will have all of your questions answered, and go through the exercise, so you will get some practical results, okay, from this kind of bootcamp. Because what's the reason, okay, of joining this bootcamp if not to see results? I would love to see your own results by implementing this small exercise that we go through every day. So today was about defining your target market and your ideal buyer persona. 2 different exercises, very short. Go through them and ask me questions in the comments. Tomorrow, unique selling proposition, same time, 2 hours ahead of that, you will be receiving an email with the respective worksheets. On Thursday, will be comprehensive, okay, 2 hours, 90 minutes, definitely, but 2 hours at least training with me, teaching you everything I know when it comes to building a successful client acquisition strategy that has led me and my mentees to reach a 6-figure business and 10K months. People that are implementing what I will be teaching you on Thursday, they are able to reach their financial goals. And some of them, they are reaching 6-figure business and 10K months because that was their goal, depending on what is their goal. So see you tomorrow, everyone. So what do we do with the last page of the file of today, the customer avatar? It's a picture where we can not type. Yes, it's a picture of also, it's a food for thought. You can print that, you can type on this, or you can use a PDF, let's say, like small PDF or OCR fine reader, for example, to get through this page. This is how I found it online. It's not mine. You can find plenty of them. But I think the second file is also PDF. I will be sharing with you, Alfonso. It will help you to actually define your buyer persona in more depth. So Alfonso, I would suggest you to go through the questions in the first worksheet and use this PDF I will be sharing right now in the comments to answer the questions, because it's more comprehensive. Again, it's PDF, and if you would like to write in it, you need a PDF, okay, file reader. Any questions, guys? Thank you, everyone. See you tomorrow. Again, same time, 2 hours ahead, the worksheet. Join me, be prepared, having done your work, okay, your homework, and ask me any kind of questions just to receive feedback and have all of your questions. Thank you, Diego. to have all of your questions answered. I'm so excited. I'm so happy that even if I was ill last week, sick, this week I'm here with you, and I'm so excited because I have so much energy to give you, and take advantage of me being here with you to ask my questions, to get my knowledge, and anything that's stopping you, okay, from getting the results that you wish from your own business. So see you tomorrow, same time, live in the group, Thursday on Zoom, but the Zoom link will be sent via email, okay, particularly and privately to those that have registered here at vmentoring.com/bootcamp. See you everyone in our group. Let me know if you have any questions. Join me tomorrow to get feedback to your work and to go through the second day preparation exercise of the bootcamp. Bye-bye, everyone. Thank you for joining me live.